when all hope is lost. For a second, I was not understanding what was going on, or shall I say, understanding the things that were happening. And at the time, I was kind of hurt, but I wasn't knowing the facts that the Holy Spirit was actually stepping in and removing me from the situation that was at hand and that I was in, working with the pastor and stuff like that. But I guess the Holy Spirit see a lot more for me than working with the pastor, and just those plans were short. I didn't realize it. I didn't know that they were going to be short like that. I had no idea that this was what was going to happen. So I really didn't know that this was happening. I was just distraught about what was going on and what happened to me, but not knowing that the Holy Spirit had a greater plan for me. I started looking for jobs and stuff like that. I started, going on the internet, doing these certain things. And certain synchronicities started to pop up, and I started to see things. I started to see visions. I filled out for one job, but I don't want to cast my pearls before the swine just yet. And I don't want to put any bad energy on it. But I've been having visions about this job, and I've been seeing a lot of stuff, and I've been seeing things in my dreams. I've been seeing other things. I made a creation, and I've seen myself with this creation in my hand, and I've been seeing the visions. I mean, I've been seeing them like this job that I filled out for. I just keep seeing these visions. I just keep seeing me because I send my uh, uh, um, I sent my bio to a woman who owns a healing facility, and I just keep seeing myself going to her and telling her that I found another opportunity, and it's an opportunity I cannot pass up. Is once in a lifetime, and I just keep seeing this vision overplaying in my head over and over again. It was the same thing like when I went to go look at a townhome, and I didn't do any paperwork. The realtor took me, and um, I seen me walking my dog out the front door of this townhome. And this was as I was coming down the steps from the top floor of the townhome, because it's a two-story townhome. Living room on the bottom, kitchen, everything, but bedrooms on the top, two bedrooms, and two baths. And as I'm walking down the steps, I see a vision came to me walking my dog outside from the front door of the townhome. But I didn't fill out any paperwork. But 1 week later, I had a townhome. And now here it again, the same feeling that I'm having of seeing me at this job, holding this piece of creation that I created, and it's sunlight. But I also see me calling this woman and telling her, or going there in person, seeing myself travel to her place and tell her in person that I cannot work with her at her center because a more, not better opportunity, but an opportunity that I cannot pass up. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, before I really release this, what has happened and what the Holy Spirit's been showing me. But just know this, the Holy Spirit has something for you. If you're taken out of a situation, taken out of a job, or taken out of a home, or taken out whatever it is, believe me, the situation is for your best and it's for your own good. And I kind of lost my way with that. I kind of really, really lost my way. And I wasn't thinking about the Holy Spirit at the time. I was just thinking about how my heart was broken and how it really, really broke me. But these things happen for a reason. The Holy Spirit did that for a reason. But not only that, it was only for that season. It was only a season. Now it is your season coming up to go unbelievable bounds for this age of Aquarius. Unbelievable bounds and leaps. And there's so much opportunity out there. And the Holy Spirit's going to put right in front of you. Before you know it, you'll be back to your old self, laughing, having fun, sharing company with people that share the same interests as you. I beg the Holy Spirit every day to make a way for me out of the situation I'm in now. I'm in an uncomfortable situation that I don't want to be in, but I don't want to take my frustrations out on my friend, but I have to go. I can't stay here any longer. And I know that she doesn't have a table sat. She doesn't have a seat sat at the table that I'm at. And the one thing I can say, well, I'm not going to say that. I'm going to leave that for another video. But this person doesn't have a seat where I'm going. No one has a seat to where I'm going. Only me. But know that the Holy Spirit has your best interest. Don't look at it as a loss. Look at it as something that the Holy Spirit is working and working diligently in your favor behind the scenes. Even though there's many of those that want to see you fail, that don't want to see you prosper, don't want to see you make it, in where you're going and what the Holy Spirit has planned for you. Because there are many people out there that don't want to see you make it, they don't want to see you get to where you want to be or where you need to be. I just kind of lost my way when this happened to me. I was like super, super distraught. I didn't know why it was happening, but someone said to me, it's probably because the Holy Spirit has something else planned for you. And I had said to myself, hey, that is true. That is right. Maybe that was stopped for a reason, because it was for a season. And even though that season lasts for almost a year and a half, 2 years, that season now is over. So now there's a greater plan, because of the visions that I've been having. The visions that I've been having has really, really been profound. And normally when I get visions like that, that means something is coming. A dream I had, each time that I've had a dream of a tsunami, the first 2 tsunamis that I had dreams of, I got away from those tsunamis. But those tsunamis were drastic changes, which they were very, very drastic changes. And here recently, I I had a dream of two tsunamis this year, 2025. And at this point, something drastic is coming because this last two tsunamis, the one of them I evaded. I jumped on a boat, like I said in my other video. The scene changed, and I was on a bus, and the man was talking about him hit adoption agency with a child. And when I got off the bus, it was dark. When it happened, when I first saw the first tsunami, it was daytime. But when I jumped on that boat and the scene changed, I was on some vehicle, a big vehicle, talking to a man about a child that he adopted. But it wasn't a child that he adopted; it was some other child that they gave him. But nevertheless, when I got off that bus, it was nighttime. So which means that tsunami was still chasing me. Because when I looked up and I heard rumbling, and I got outside the vehicle and I heard rumbling, and I looked up to the right, and I looked beyond this vehicle I was in because it was a big vehicle, and I seen that big wall of water coming. I started running down the street away from the vehicle, and when I got to the street where I was in, it ended. And when that street ended, I can only go right or left. There was a gate in front of me that before I could make a decision, I was pushed through that gate. And when I was pushed downward, I went downward. I was pushed through and pushed straight down. I started to fight the current, but I said, no, you know what? I'm not going to fight it. Just let it happen. Before I knew, I blacked out and I woke up. I was caught by that tsunami. The first tsunamis I had, I evaded them. But this tsunami coming, I'm not evading it. So there's two more tsunamis that's coming for me. But I believe there's a reason for it. But I'll save that for another video. So I will have something to back up what has been shown to me by visually. When I created this box, it's a prosperity box. I'll just put it like that. I'm not gonna say what's in it. I'm not gonna say what's on it. I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm gonna say it's a prosperity box. And where I was when I saw it after I finished it, actually before I even finished it, when I started putting it together and I started placing things subconsciously, not I started placing things strategically, but also it was internally guided in what I should do. And I started placing everything where it needed to go inside the box. And then all of a sudden, I got this vision of seeing myself. The job that I filled out for, I was there. And then later on that night, after doing it, putting the box together, I saw another dream about the box and some I can't explain it, but some things that were soft, and it was just I can't really explain it. The objects, the things that were in the box were soft, and they were not hard as what I put in. I don't really know what that means, but the Holy Spirit's been showing me a lot of stuff, since this tsunami, and the visions just keep coming on strong. And me getting to this lady and telling her, I'm sorry, I can't work. I can't work at your center. A better opportunity came for me. And it's once in a lifetime, and I can't pass it up. I didn't tell my best friend about it, but I did tell my other friend that is helping me with locating me another job because I'm using her computer and stuff like that. But I just wanted to say, man, just hold on. The Holy Spirit has a better plan for you, and I'm really grateful that I have this channel. At first, I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, how things were going to work out. But in the end, I just have to surrender and leave it up to the Holy Spirit and let the Holy Spirit do its work. But every day I've been doing affirmations, every day. And from what the Holy Spirit is showing me, something big is about to happen. And something as big is about to happen for you. If you've been seeing visions and dreams and you've been seeing these things come up, type in the comments, leave in the comments. Um, I'm going to say, wherever you are in the world, thank you. If you're watching me, thank you. I would say subscribe, but you know how that goes. Um, my new subscribers, old subscribers, thank you so much for being here. Those that have been here since day one, thank you. For a second, like I said, I was kind of like, I was down. I was very, very down. And I know there's a lot more opportunity out there for me and for others like me and like you. Um, but yeah, the Holy Spirit is going to bring you to where you're supposed to be. If you are aligned for something great, the Holy Spirit is going to make sure you get there. And no matter what, the Holy Spirit is going to pull wonders, going to make wonders happen. And you're going to wonder how these things happen. The thing is that I mentioned about two different jobs. One was working at the airport, and the other one was working at another place. And then there were other jobs that were there. But we didn't go looking for these other jobs that I mentioned. And the next thing you know, I'm getting ready to walk out the door, and she says, "Wait, this just popped up." We hadn't even go look for it, but it just popped up on Indeed. I was like, wow, what are the chances of that? And then I filled out for the application for um, 24 Hour Fitness. I filled out for Sam's Club, and I filled out for school, but they started asking way too many questions, and I didn't want to go through that. It was just getting redundant. So after filling out all this other stuff, there was when I came home, there was a mentioning. My friend was watching this movie, not watching a movie, but watching a court case, and I'm hearing this guy mention two different things. He mentioned Sam's Club and the one other job that I filled out for, and I'm like, man, what is the irony in that? At first, I spoke about working this job, and then all of a sudden, we never went and looked for it. But all of a sudden, when I was getting ready to leave, she went back on Indeed, and all of a sudden, it just popped up. I'm like, oh wow, what are the chances of that? It just popped up. We didn't go searching for it, but she went back on just before I was going to go out the door, and she's like, oh, I'm saying, wow, this just popped up. It's like, okay. Next thing you know, I get home. All of a sudden, I hear two things. I hear on this, show that she's watching, or well, it's really not a show, but it's a court thing. I hear this guy mention Sam's Club, and the other thing that I filled out for, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, there's something going on. And then my visions, my dreams, and then me telling this woman I can't work for her. Something's in the works. I'm not gonna count my chickens before they hatch. I'll keep you updated. Till next time, thank you all. Wherever you may be in the world, if it's morning, noon, or night, hopefully you're having a great one. Messiah out.